Alright, hello, welcome back to the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video here. We have done two other showcases for 55%, sort of Link Level 1 Blue Evolution Vegeta here. Um, I don't know, so far I'm not the biggest fan, and I guess that's not fair to even say that. I guess, how do I phrase it? It's just like in comparison to Vegito, right? And you could say that's not fair, but they're both headlining 10th anniversary, LRs. Maybe it'd be more fair to compare them directly to the Carnival, sort of releases, but I guess release at this point. But even then, I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Goku just gaps him so hard. So far, I do think, in my experience with the character, I mean, I definitely do want to try him out some more. But I would so far say I would describe him as I mean, roughly, he's like the same level of power as the 6th anniversary LR EZAs, which, coming from me, I mean, these are, my builds, my hidden potential, everything. So, I do think, like, he's good. Like, being on their level is good, especially for being 55%, but I just, I think he should have been better, right? I mean, obviously. But hey, maybe you'll start to grow on me some more. Maybe even once again, this is 55%. I am comparing to a Rainbow Int Vegeta and a 79% AGL MUI. Certainly, if I do end up pulling a dupe or two, even, I mean, he'd look probably significantly better. Obviously, once again, we are running a sort of Tech UI leader. I don't have my own Tech UI. Out of my hands. Not I went pretty deep on him when he came out. I didn't end up pulling him. I wasn't about to summon on the New Year's banner, right? So, I mean, this is what we got to do. But yeah, without further ado, let's just jump in. It just oh, there we go. It just feels weird that he has a sort of selfish design in comparison to the other two, but his selfish design doesn't make him like stronger. Like he's really oriented to himself. Like he's not supporting or anything. He's just meant he wants you to like Giga Wink him, right? Jiren support, take UI support, the domain, right? Just everything. And I mean he provides damage, but he provides the team already had a lot of damage. So it's not like he's providing anything necessarily special to Universe Rival Saga other than like the buff leader stuff. I mean that's right. I just that's it. So it just feels very weird to me. I do wonder if this has been the case plenty of times where we do end up seeing maybe something looks a little weaker at the start of an anniversary, and by the end, it's like, oh well, that makes sense now because it gets really buffed or something. But I just 1720. I really don't see how that could be the case here, to be honest. I mean, Tournament of Power has gotten about everything it's going to, besides, like, we could get Goku and Frieza, right? And technically we could still get them for the 10th anniversary. I don't know if we are at this point. I really do want them. But so far, right now I'm thinking that maybe Orange Piccolo might work a little better currently, with how everything lines up. I've explained that in the sort of final 10th anniversary predictions, whatever it is, I expect for 10th anniversary, whatever I titled that video. I explained all of that in there. But yeah, I mean that could come, right? But I mean, what else is there really to come for Tournament of Power? And we're probably done for quite a bit. It's just received so many buffs over the last year or so. So I feel like especially because we're about to get major power creep, and a lot of the characters are from last year. You would want to keep them relevant. I mean, it'd be kind of difficult to, at least I would think it would be. I'd hope it would be. Kind of difficult to, age out a lot of these characters, like the 6-year anniversaries. Easy Ace. But at the same time, You know, it's, you know, it definitely could happen. So I feel like they really should have leaned. So far, my thoughts are this: what they should have done is lean into one of two directions. Um, Either continue down the selfish path. So what I mean by that is, you know, he's sort of like a slot 2, you know, 3 generic sort of a damage dealer. Just expand upon that. And what I mean by that is I do think in this section here, like, he has a lot of good tools and everything. Like, we're fully built up, 570k, start a turn, this is all link level 1, you know, 55% everything. Like, certainly this is good because, you know, we are getting 7% per. We do currently have 30%. We'll get the other 30% here soon, right? You know, we're raising our defense so much through all of our super attack effects. He is pretty tanky, you know, after all of his attacks. But I do think, like, in this portion, for every attack performed, if they want to make him more selfish, maybe do permanent 7%. You know, like he has a permanent key buildup, or right there. How Dispo and Jiren both have permanent sort of attack buildups. He could have had that. So for every attack performed, give him 7% permanent attack and defense, and change the medium chance to high chance. I think that would have been perfect. Or they could have also, you know, given him a great chance to dodge before attacking, and on the 18 key and the 12 key. So here, give him 20% attack and defense for 2 turns, and here 10% attack and defense for 2 turns. Either of those sort of directions is what I would have done. Like, it feels wrong because while he's strong, you can nitpick him. And it's just like, I mean, Vegeta just feels like the best unit I've ever used. I've been playing the game for 7 years. You know, even at 55%, he feels so impressive. He feels so, you know, dominant, tanky. He's supporting, he's healing. Like, it's like you have to go out of your way to lose on that team. Here, you know, you can actually end up getting caught. And Vegeta just doesn't, I don't know. I feel like he should have done more. So 18.2. Like, I mean, we're hitting, you know, a decent starting number here. Once again, 55% in level 1. And, you know, he can get a bunch of supers. So 13.1. Whether or not we do, you know, medium chance, normal. See, this is the thing, though, about Vegeta, is, like, they could have also, like, maybe even, you know, if a different approach to sort of selfish design. You know, why doesn't he have, like, the sort of, like, Rose, like, Glorio build-up component, right? I do, like, would that have been too OP? I don't think so. I think that would have been, like, I mean, it'd be strong, but it'd, like, balance him out, you know, while he's building up in the turn and everything, and, you know, maybe give him supers at, like, a guaranteed super after, you know, every 4 attacks or something, and then one after every 8, or, I don't know, something, a guaranteed super after every 7 attacks, even, because it feels kind of wrong when you just, you know, you go out of your way to get 8, 10, whatever the fuck orbs, and then he just does, you know, 1 super like he does there. I do want to put some raw stats in his sort of build, for both attack and offense. I'm not, or I mean defense. I guess probably attack would be the way, though, right? But even then, I don't know if that's what I'll actually do. I feel like, you know, maybe I just, like, go all out, try and get as much additional as possible, to really maximize on his chances to proc it. I mean, right now I don't have any in him currently, but I mean, certainly, you know, being able to proc that last super could be, or even if it is a fucking normal, right? As annoying as that is, you know, even that could be pretty helpful. It just, you know, I think he should have been better. There's a lot of different angles I would approach potentially getting better, but just some way, somehow, should have been better at the end of the day. Now, the thing is here, the domain only lasts 3 turns. Like 741 is, you know, pretty good. The domain only lasts for 3 turns. Is that... yeah. I feel like I should save it here, is what I think. Let me try grabbing those. Damn it. See, this is why his design is just so annoying. We're getting 6 orbs here. Not anything I can really do about that. I tried. There's actually kind of just like too many rainbow orbs there, ironically, to really make do of anything. I'll pop the domain next turn, I think is what I'll do. Because by then we should definitely be able to finish the final 2 phases within those amount of turns. But I just want to play it a little quote-unquote safe or whatever. Don't want to... I mean, I guess it's not like we'd be in danger or anything, right? But, you know, just to sort of let Vegeta be at his max power by the end instead of, you know, letting him get like really juiced up now and then having to let him fall off a little bit. QI? Okay, well, we only took 8,000 damage. 21.1. So, I mean, the build up with UI is definitely really nice, but it just, once again, it does feel so weird. Like imagine Vegito wanted you to run him with a Hercules, right? Or I don't know, maybe a bad example, but I mean, I think you get the point. Like, just wanting to be run with one specific unit is so bad, dumb, whatever the hell you want to call it. It feels weird and wrong, and I guess to be fair, he can also be run with like AGL or Strength UI, but I mean, it feels very clear and apparent that they balanced this guy around Tech UI's existence. But it doesn't feel like they did the same for the other two. I feel like that's where the issue lies. I feel like maybe even more so, the issue is just like, this shows how much they value domains. They spam them on extreme class units, which can be really annoying, because it, you know, ends up power creeping other extreme class units. But, I mean, they barely, I mean, what? We have Tech UI. He has a buffing one. I don't think there's any other buffing sort of superclass domains. I mean, Gohan, Future Gohan has a domain, but it's not a buffing one, right? So maybe they just really, really value the buffing domain, and that's why, and they're like, okay, well, he'll be too good if, you know, we make him on the level of you know, these other 2 characters, but also be able to be used in conjunction with, you know, the domain. It just, I don't know, it feels very bad. Even just like not considering like his abilities, just like from a game standpoint. I know it's a gacha game, but that is so predatory, the fact that they are very clearly balancing him around one character's existence. No way. We actually got locked. That is so fucking annoying. God, oh my god, that is... Okay, well, that's out of my hands. Let's do this. I just realized I didn't even have like the intro play because I have the once a day on. That's my bad. I really like that intro. Damn it. That's actually so unfortunate. That intro is... That's also part of like the sting for me. Is that intro has got to be like one of my favorite animations they've ever done. See, if I do this, then I take away AGL orbs. And I do this, I'm not gonna get as many. So, I mean, that's the... Right? It's... I guess I'll do that. I'll maximize the support from him, and then we'll still, you know, get the guaranteed 6 here. We're not getting 8, but, you know, 6 again. I don't know. Now we have to rotate him off, and... I mean, he's going to be getting a lot of support here, but, you know, he's also not linked with UI now. Which, I mean, he is linked level 1, so it's not like he gets the most, but, you know, he's going to be missing out on a decent bit of stats. which is obviously rather unfortunate. Like, we're clearing this event with ease, and we cleared, like, Vegeta story. Saiyan Saga is the other sort of event I had the most difficulty with of this sort of batch that they released with the countdown. But the other fight I used was so far as Goku Frieza. I mean, I had a really tough time in that stage with this team. I mean, the lock is just so annoying. It really is. I ended up getting screwed out of like, 3 or 4 runs just for the opening rotation, bad RNG, plus in conjunction with just the lock. I really hope they stop doing lock so much. It's just really bad. I know, very simple. It's bad, but like it's just so fucking annoying, right? Well, at least we'll get to see 24.5. I mean, yeah, definitely hurt quite a bit from not being able to be right next to Tech UI. I mean, I've seen him with like another 5 mil here. So normal. I think we should just finish up before he even comes back around, though, is the thing. Like, even if I don't try to, I feel like he's going to. I mean, I guess we'll see. But, like, we have the... Actually, this is the thing as well, like... 1.1 mil, 1 mil, like, start of turn values, and... I don't think I actually showed his defense post, like, domain there, but... he's roughly around that. He would have been like the 800,000, 1 million defense, excuse me, on range as well. So I feel like I think I said this in the beginning. So far, my thoughts of him, and I mean, it seems to, as I've gone through here, I really do think it is true. To me, he feels like a roughly slightly weaker, same sort of level, slightly stronger. I'm not really sure on the specifics just yet. But he's just like right on the level of the 6th year anniversary LR EZAs, which they are both very strong, so it's not bad to be on their level, but they're at this point, what, like top 15 maybe? I mean, the top 20 or so is really good, right? I mean, being top 20 is not the same as being like top 5 was in like 2021, right? It's just so insane how many good units we have in the game right now. But like, he is, a part 1 10th anniversary headlining unit. That, I mean, and it's a gacha game, right? I mean, it sucks, it's predatory. But fact of the day, fact of the matter, whatever you want to call it, this is a character. They're looking at you and saying, hey, I want you to want this unit and to spend money for it. It's just, they want you to spend money for these characters. And I feel like, if I'm free to play right now, I did spend, in 2023, I did spend, but 2024 I did not. And any years before 2023, I also really did not. So that being said, they want you to actually say, okay, this character is really good, really helpful, whatever. I'm gonna spend money to try and get them. I feel like part of me is like, if you spend money and you summon on the banner, I mean, you're going for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And if you spent money to get Super Saiyan 4 Goku and you get this guy, it's like, the reaction is, oh my god, I got Blue Evolution Vegeta. It's like, I wanted Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but, this guy's pretty cool too. I mean, that's not the reaction. I mean, we're fine, but that's actually a lot of damage. I guess, to be fair, I mean, it is Tech UI. He did tank that pretty well. So, I mean, we get the clear there. we didn't get to finish off with Vegeta on rotation because just unfortunate via lock mechanic. But like, I just he's not on the level of the other two, and I have to I gotta wonder. I mean, why is that, right? I'm not sure. Obviously, I I don't know. I have to wonder what they were thinking. Be behind this sort of design choice for him. Surely they have a reason, because like obviously they want like Vegito to be the best in this part. Um, Voldemort when he releases next part will be on the level, slightly, very slightly stronger, very slightly weaker than Vegito. I mean, obviously they want those two to be really dominant, but they also want the Carnivals to be. They want them to be really dominant too, just not on that level. Um, and he like he doesn't compare him and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. It's not even close. So I have to wonder what they see in Vegeta that they think makes him comparable. I'm really not sure. He's really good, but it's just like in comparison to the other two, I feel like that's where the issue lies. Um, but I mean, there we go. I mean, that's another sort of 55% showcase for him. I just, I don't know. It's so complicated because he's good, right? It's not like I'm saying, oh, he's ass. I mean, certainly that first one with Goku Frieza, I had horrible luck all around that entire video, and it was just like really annoying. But over, the sort of Saiyan Saga one and this one, I mean, he does like, even though I mean I'm getting a lot of these fucking normals, like when I'm actually paying attention to the stats he's throwing out instead of just like being annoyed at four fucking normals, um, he is statistically like on the same sort of level as the 6 years. It's just once again he's releasing a full year after the EZA'd, and he's a headliner for. I mean, being a headliner for the 10th anniversary does, even without power creep, even if they weren't doing major power creep, which they are, it seems going to be. Even if they weren't doing major power creep, it would still be a very questionable decision for a. I mean, 10 years, right? Those sort of characters gotta be fucking insane. Like, you even look at like Hercule, right? The banner unit. I mean, he for a banner unit, he's like insane. Super Saiyan for Goku is insane. Vegeta is the best unit I've ever used, and Vegeta's like he's good. He's top 15, 20. He's good, but like he's not he's not on in comparable levels of good. He's not in the insane category, which he should have been. I feel like that's more so the issue with him. At least those are my thoughts. But yeah, Williamson here. He's I'm kind of disappointed as a Vegeta fan, to be honest, but I mean he's still really good. I'll definitely get use out of him, and hopefully, like, 'cause I am still summoning for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I mean, if I get some dupes, that he is definitely one of those sort of stat stick characters. So I mean, I could very easily, get one dupe and be like, oh my god, wait, he's actually, top 5 level. Because once again, this rating is sort of in comparison. I'm saying like top 15 while he's at 55%. I obviously can't use a rainbow one because, if I do, that means I can't use Tech UI, and well, kind of got to use Tech UI, and it's just if I had my own Tech UI, but I don't. But I mean, there we go. There we go. I don't know. I don't know how to finish this off because, like, once again, he's good, but I wanted more from him. I think everyone did. I feel like that's more so the issue. So that's why it's really hard to like go in either direction of, oh my god, he's insane, or oh my god, he sucks. It's just he's good, and that's why it's kind of like disappointing. Um, but yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care.